one more. You guys need, okay, you're right there.
Yeah.
It's the last one.
All right.
take
So
your
I'm a
phones.
local attorney. My name is Spencer Baldwin. My first question is, how is this not a pretext? Now, a legal pretext in Washington state is not allowed. It's impermissible under our Constitution. So what your police chief just said is that he needs this objectively in order to be able to institute a search. And we have very strict protections on searches. So I'm wondering, how is this not a pretext?
City Attorney.
So, noted, it's an ordinance that prohibits camping on public property. What Mr. Baldwin
Yeah.
is referring to is a constitutional protection against unlawful searches and seizures, and using some law that they're not going to enforce to find criminal behavior of something else, and using one to find the other. There's court process to undermine that. I mean, this doesn't relate at all or contemplate pretextual stops. It's a camping ordinance, and it prohibits camping on public property. There is a whole Title IX of the Lacey Municipal Code, containing myriad criminal offenses, all of which could be argued in the court that the contact was pretextual. This is just another ordinance. And any argument like Mr. Baldwin's illustrating would be carried out and could be carried out in the
And that's
court.
expensive. So how expensive do you anticipate this ordinance to be in terms of officers issuing ordinances and me going against Joe in the courtroom? What do you anticipate those administrative expenses to add to this when we have to actually solve the houseless problem? And if we're devoting our resources to this, what use is that? How does that further us in our 2005 requirement to solve houselessness by 2015?
Did you have a question about the specific ordinance?
Yes, the definition of camping, and if we want to look at that under 810.030 sub A, camp means to pitch, use, or occupy camp facilities for the purpose of habitation. So that seems right there to define a certain legal interest that could be implicated for substantive and procedural due process. So how does this not run afoul of equal protection clause? And alternatively, how does this not run afoul of the supremacy clause when we're looking at the ICCPR, CERN, and other international agreements that we have ratified in this country?
Do you have a,
That's a question.
Okay.
That's about law.
okay, that's
That's
your
a good
city attorney?
question. And yeah, and I don't have a prepared answer for every question that could be come up about this ordinance. I mean, again, allegations about the impermissibility of the enforcement of this ordinance or of the constitutionality of it, there's a process for that. All I can offer counsel is my opinion that this is a legal ordinance and that counsel would be backed by the law by adopting it.
Do you want to be on the hook for
Yeah, but,
attorney's fees?
okay, do you have
Because
a-
when somebody
okay,
challenges
that's-
something like this, like myself, you're going to be on the hook for attorney's
Okay.
fees as well, because
Thank
it's
you.
unconstitutional.
Yeah, thank you. That's gone off the,
Okay.
we're done with the 3 minutes. We are done with public comment.